Hey guys, and welcome to my first collection video on this channel. Like I promised you guys, I'd be doing my original Xbox and Xbox One. I can't say Xbox One for the original because I called it Xbox One. But so I'll start with the original and then go to the one. And before I start, I want to say each game I show is gonna be in alphabetical order. They are all. So if you think you're looking for a specific game, then I'm gonna talk about my opinion. Because when I watch these videos, I like to see other people's opinions about the game. So, and then another thing is I have 32 original and 46 Xbox One games. That doesn't seem right, does it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 46. Yeah, okay. Make sure I do my math right quickly. They're in stacks of 5. Besides the last stack is 6 because add one more. That makes it 46. So how I'll do this is I'll show you the case, I'll show you the front and back, and then I'll give my opinion on it. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes in each game, but I'll just my opinion on it quickly. What I think about it and what I think it's the good parts about it. So, first game, I said alphabetical order, and it is Batman Begins for the original Xbox. Here's the front of the case, and here's the back. Oh, I'm trying not to get a reflection from my screen. And so what this is like, it's based off the movie. Actually, a decent Batman game. Not the greatest thing in the world, but graphic-wise, it's pretty good for original Xbox. And the fighting and the fear system remind me a lot of Arkham series. The Stealth 2. This game, when I replayed it through, I was like, wow, this reminds me a lot of the Arkham series. And if you like that series, I recommend playing it. It's actually a lot of fun. Decent Batman game. This game I saw at Goodwill. Oh yeah, and I'll maybe tell you where I get these games, just for story-wise. And it's called, I got a Goodwill for like $3. It's called Blinx, the Time Sweeper. I played like 20 minutes of this, and it's such a weird-ass game. Oh, it's really weird. It's hard to explain. You have to watch gameplay. It's so hard to explain. Story just crazy. What I played, I didn't think it was too bad. I don't remember where I got this game, but it's Castlevania Curse of the Darkness, and same thing. I only played like 20 minutes to make sure it worked, and what I played I thought was decent. One of my favorite series I wish they'd bring back, because I love it, and it is. And if there's like a series, I have both of them. I'll show both, and then talk about the first one. Destroy All Humans 1, and then Destroy All Humans 2. So going back to Destroy All Humans 1, I love this series to death. I think it is so much fun. It is challenging. That's why it's fun. Because it's kind of... you do objectives, and you're very vulnerable. And you use telepathic. I mean, you can manipulate Earthlings with your mind control abilities. It is really fun. It just takes a twist on, like, aliens being alive. You know what I mean? Like, it's in the 50s. You happen to be at Roswell. It's really cool. And it's like a third-person shooter. And this is a sequel, and I love the sequel more. It takes place in the 60s, so it's make war not love, make love not war. It's just taking the twist. And I love the crap out of this series. When I get my 360, I have the Path of Furon, and I'll talk more about that, but I like that one a lot too. So yeah, this is a very fun third-person shooter. The story is really cool too. It's very silly. It's the comedy games, the third-person comedy games. If you like a good laugh, play them. On the next stack, the first game is Doom 3. It's the Collector's Edition. Because the Collector's Edition, I do have Collector's Editions around here in my room, and I will open those for you guys. I'll do unboxing and show you what's in it. And for right now, it's a tin case with a steel case. It's really cool. And the new Doom is coming out. Can't wait for that. Different disc and different booklet. It comes with a. Oops. I think it comes with the original Dooms. I'm not sure. Let me read the back. Version of original Doom, Ultimate Doom, Doom 2, and then there's a behind the scenes of the Doom 3 G4 TV, and that's the reason I actually kind of get it, because I really like that little documentary. They talk about this history of the game series. It's really kind of cool. One of my favorite movie license games, and that is Evil Dead Regeneration. There's 2 more previous to this. I've played them. I actually have them back there. They're decent, but this one's my favorite of the whole series. They got the 3rd one right. It's really cool. Very funny, and it is Bruce Campbell, and then you have a little sidekick. voiced by Sam Raimi, the director of the movie's brother, Ted. And they're really good games. Really hilarious game, and frustrating at some points. It's a genre switcher, and that is Family Guy. So there are three. With the Family Guy video game, graphic-wise, it does look like Family Guy. It's really cool for Xbox original. And the whole point of the game is you play as three characters: Brian, Stewie, and Peter. Peter is a beat 'em up like not Super Street. I can't think of it now. I'm drawing a blank. It's like the Street Fighter game, but it's a beat 'em up. You know what I mean? Or like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Stewie's is a third-person shooter, and Brian's is a stealth game. Different genres. It's very fun. One of my favorite games too on the original Xbox, and that is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Everyone knows what Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is. If you don't, you live under a rock. Very good GTA. I think this game is pretty underrated, and I think it's pretty good. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it before, and that is Gun. Is a Western game, and it is a lot of fun in my opinion. I know there's a 360 version of it, but I haven't found it. And if I do find it, I will definitely pick it up because I want to see if they change the graphics any on the 360 version. But again, it's a third-person, open-world cowboy game, and is a lot of fun. To the next stack. Move that quickly. I'm not to make this video too long, but if it's too long, I'll make it a two-part video. Just drawing a blank right now. Second game on the third stack of the original Xbox is Half-Life 2. As you can see, the sticker is still in it. I got it for $8. I popped in the made sure at work, never actually played this version. I don't know if there's any much different, but from graphics-wise, it looks pretty good. Like, I just popped in and made sure it ran up. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? If I'm saying I play a little bit of it to make sure it worked that way, but... okay, great series. I love Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2. Halo Combat Evolved is a very fun first-person shooter. One of my favorite Xbox franchises. And there's a little backstory of this game I like to talk to people about is the whole how much it changed. It was supposed to be an RTS like Halo Wars, and then a third-person shooter, and then went to first. It's really cool. The second one is probably like one of the greatest sequels to any series. Quiet, Mom, you're really loud. Halo 2, like I said, one of the greatest sequels, and it's so much fun. The only problem with my copy is I don't know if there's like a scratch on it. I haven't actually took a look. There's a lot of scratches, but there's a scratch in just the right spot, and I can't play the last mission. It won't load up. That's why you get the Halo Master Chief with the awesome remastered version. And I'll get into that later. Then these are two games in the same franchise games. Enter the Matrix and Matrix Path of Neo. Enter the Matrix I love way better than this, actually. As a kid, I loved playing this more. But this here, I'll talk about this one first. It's a tie-in. There's actually exclusive footage from the creators. Like, they've made actual footage for the game itself, which is pretty cool. But me, myself, and I like this one better because the combat is more smooth and everything. This one is really a cool idea that you finally get to play as Neo. Yay, you get to play as Neo. But I don't think it's done well enough. The combat is very clunky. Like, it doesn't feel right. The shooting doesn't feel right, and I couldn't play it. As a kid, I loved it though, because I loved the Matrix series as a kid. But the reason I watched as a kid wasn't for story. I just skipped right to all the action scenes. Because I was a kid. Who cares about talking? Next game on the fourth stack is two action games in this series. Max Payne and Max Payne 2. Max Payne is one of my favorite third-person shooters. If I'm correct, I think this actually started the bullet time mode in video games. Well, I mean, I know movies did, but I think this game started like Matrix, but I think this one started it earlier. And it is so much fun. Like, it is so cool. I love the story. You get framed cop. Has to, you know what I mean? It's really cool. And it's really, the graphics are really like cool for its time. It tried to make it realistic, but the faces look funny now. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, is actually a really good sequel. I don't remember it that much, and I had to replay it. The first one I remember more because of the creepy dream sequences, but this one I don't remember a lot about it actually. Besides the graphics actually are pretty decent for original Xbox. Considered probably one of like the hardest games. Ninja Gaiden. I have actually not played much of this, but I'd like to, and probably get my ass handed to me. And again, if you guys, I want to say this, want to see any like gameplay, or just for the fun of it, me playing a game once, like you know what I mean, just like watch me get my ass handed to me by a hard game and see me get angry, that'd be fine. But this game I played for like 10 minutes, make sure it worked, and it was really good looking and it was really fun. I should really hook up a lot of my my original Xbox. Let me take a quick drink. Oh, drip. Alright, this one does have a case. It's actually when GameStop used to sell these, and if they didn't have a case, it would be like this case. Oddworld, A Stranger's Wrath. This is actually a really cool bounty hunter game, where I think it's open world if I remember right. You go out in the world and you catch bounties, and it's actually really cool how they do it, so I would recommend that game. A game I actually bought myself when at GameStop, they actually had the case. Still the sticker right there. And that is Predator Concrete Jungle. I actually think this game is actually a lot of fun. It's really cool what they did, the whole idea. And it says roam the environment to search your next prey, but actually it's not open world. It's choose mission, and it's pretty linear. Or some missions are linear, some missions are more open where you kill, But it's really cool what they did with it. I like it. On to the next stack. Kind of, this is getting a little bit longer than I want to, but Red Dead Revolver is the next game, and that is like it's a Western game. It's in the series, obviously, of the Red Dead series, like Redemption, but Redemption is a sequel, but not a sequel to the story of this. This is completely different, if I think. Yeah. But it's still a lot of fun. I'd recommend it if you like Red Dead Redemption. The only difference is this is not open world. This is linear missions where you start at one spot and you go there and just killing people on your way. Next game is actually one of my favorite. I've said that about Evil Dead, but I think this is actually one of my favorite tie-in games because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And that's Scarface: The World Is Yours. I love the Scarface movie, and when I heard this video game, I had to try it myself. As a kid, I got it, and I just played through. But I should really pop this in and play it through again. But I like the whole premise of Tony surviving. You have to build up your empire again. It is really cool. Of course, probably one of the most famous sequels of a horror series, and that is Silent Hill 2. So The Restless Dreams just is a little bit extras for the Xbox version, and that is you get to play as Maria. More secrets revealed, new area, weapons, and items, enhanced graphics and lighting effects. And I played this, and this is so much fun. I love the Silent Hill series. That's why Silent Hills was disappointing, and I think my self-opinion on that is I'm talking about Silent Hills now is in the past. It's not going to happen again. I think Kojima said he wants to work on Guillermo del Toro on a different horror game, but I don't know. Sorry, my voice is getting raspy. In one of my favorite stealth series, these are two games: Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, and Chaos Theory. Pandora Tomorrow. It's a great Splinter Cell game. I think it's so much fun. The graphics are meh, but the gameplay is fun. And of course, the sequel is so much better. Chaos Theory. Graphics are so much better, and I love the hell out of this series. Well, I'm gonna quickly grab this stick. Yeah. These will just come with me. These are only 2 more games right here. Let's do the last 7 games in one big stack. And the first game is Still Life. This is a investigation game. It's a thriller, investigation thriller, as it says on the back. And what you basically do is you solve a mystery about a killer. And I played about an hour of it because I got addicted. I popped in. I just wanted to look what they do. You solve puzzles, and it is so much fun. There's a sequel I don't have. This is a superhero game. It's called Superman Man of Steel. Actually a pretty decent Superman game. Excuse me, in my opinion. Because I like the combat. The graphics are actually pretty nice. But Superman's voice actor... Oh my gosh, I got the hiccups. The way they portray Superman is very funny. He's always like, great Scots and stuff. It's so funny. It's like, it's Doc Brown. Next game again is in like GameStop case that they used to not have. They didn't have a case, just the game. And that is Taz Wanted. I should have showed you the disc. There, it is a Looney Tunes based game, obviously, as you can tell, and it is so much fun. I like it. I like the Looney Tunes. It's about, I think it's about your girlfriend getting caught, or Taz's wife. You have to go get her, but you're wanted. Another one of my favorite movie tie-in games. That's the Chronicle Riddick's Escape from Butcher Bay. This is such a good game. It is pretty damn good looking for original Xbox, and the story is so cool. It's like a prequel to how I think they mention it in the movie, how he escaped from Butcher Bay. If I remember right, I haven't seen the movie in a while. I think they enlighten on that, and it's such a cool. The combat is fun, the story is cool. I always loved these kind of games in arcade, and when I saw this, I had to pick it up, and that is House of the Dead 3, because I always wanted to beat a House of the Dead game, or any of these games. But when you can buy it on disc, and you don't have to pay real money besides buying it once, you get to reach all you want. You're like, yay! But it's so much fun. This is such a cool anti-hero game, you can call it, superhero game, and that is The Punisher. It is a pretty brutal-ass game, and proves that superhero games like this can be made, and even movies, and as you can see from like they have movies and like Deadpool, and it is so cool, and I love it. It's so bloody. There's interrogations, and you can see in the back, I think the top two are the interrogations, and the gameplay itself is fun. Last game is, I got this as a gift from a friend. That's Tony Hawk Undergrounds 2, when Tony Hawk games were actually good, and it's just so much fun. I love this game. It is so funny. It's basically, you join Tony and Bam, so it's basically a big Jackass episode, in my opinion. It is so cool. I love it. It is so much fun. There, guys, is my original Xbox collection. Wow, I've been talking for 17 minutes. I'm starting to like get my voice graspy. That would just be my original Xbox. That'll be part 1 of this 2-part with the original Xbox and Xbox One. So tune in for part 2 later in a little bit, and I will see you in part 2 if you watch it.